Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and go into actual skin work. We're going to work on our own backside of our hands and our forearms. Just a little bit, so you now can feel what your client is going through. Because if you're doing this dermaplaning classes and you don't even get a chance to experience it, that's the thing I didn't like about my dermaplaning class in New York City. The models we worked on were just models, and there were people off the street. We barely even had enough people to work on. It was a nightmare. But the one thing that I will take away from that class is like, wait a minute, why don't we just work on ourselves? Because we took it upon ourselves, not the instructor. No, other estheticians said, no, let's start working on our. Because I had a lot of hair. We had other clients with hair. Let's work on ourselves. Let's do the leg or something. Let's just practice. Because our own instructor didn't know what. The models wasn't showing up on time. We were all just excited to take the class. And thank God we started to work on our own body parts. So now we're going to work on the hand. So as you guys can see, that's all dead skin. That dead skin right there. And you can definitely tell the difference between which side is which. And I'm going to keep on going so you guys can see. I was just showing you guys the difference between the blades. They all cut the same, just have different functions, different purposes. So now let's go back to the butter blade. Ta-da! See how easy it just comes right off. It's super easy. That's why I like the gel. You don't have to keep stroking. You don't have to keep on going. It comes right off. No problems whatsoever. It is easy. Like I said, it clings onto the hairs. It coagulates. It's a little cold, so you just tell your client it's a little cold. And you just add it to the forehead area first. Down the side. And then to the cheeks. And then you're going to stop at the cheeks. Maybe a little bit of the chin. Because I have a lot of product, so I can spread it out. I don't, but I'm going to show you guys with gloves how you should be using your dermaplaning tool on our wonderful client. So remember, we start forward, go to the side of the face, or you can go down sideways, which meaning you're just going to switch your position in your chair and go sideways. So from here, I'm up top, and no worries, we're going to get a closer view in just a moment. White. And so remember, just like that kiwi, just like the fruit that we had, the peach, the plum, the light plum and the dark plum, the lemon represented the harsh skin or leather skin. All you're doing is putting these two or three fingers or four, however many fingers that you want, put on the forehead and pull back a little bit so you can stretch out the skin to get a better pull on the hairs. The hairs stand up when you pull the skin back. So again, fingers, pull back. And you're just taking your time, nice and slow. Again, fingers, pull back. Shaping it up, that's all. Because you actually have a stylist that's going to do that. You have somebody who arches eyebrows. I normally just clean up the top of the eyebrow and maybe below it. That's it. I don't try to arch anything. Unless you're an arch master, then yes, go for it. But other than that, don't mess around with people's eyebrows. So that's what I just clean up the forehead really quickly. And so the eyebrow. So all I'm going to do with the eyebrow is go right at the border of her brow, like such. That's it. White. Now if it's too much excess cream, flip the blade upside down. This blade is not going to cut into the skin because it's upside down. So now you can gather the excess gel and then wipe. Now you flip back over to the sharp side. Remember which side you're on. Don't mess around. Pull the hair up. So see how I wiped and you have these two straggling hairs right here? So I'm just going to clean those up. Bam. Gone. Already. Easy. Pull the skin. Look at that. And so you're just basically going on the outline of her eyebrow. And you tell your client, I am close to your eyebrow, but I'm not cutting your eyebrows. I'm just shaping them up. That's all. I'm making an outline. Remember, I'm looking for the hairline. This is the hairline. I don't want to go anything backwards. So I want to start right here where I see little small tiny vellus hairs. Or baby hairs, vellus hairs, unwanted hairs. And I'm just moving forward. Right to the eyebrow line. That's it. Remember, see the tail right here at the eyebrow? So all I'm going to do is match up this end with the tail. So I'm going right down there. Nice and slow. You don't want to mess up anybody's eyebrows. You guys can see how the blade made a small little nick on the lower eye, or not lower eye, the upper eyelid. See, it's a little bit coming out, but that's okay. People's skin is very sensitive. That's why I go nice and slow. But how do we recover from this? How do we stop this? So now we get this little agent. It's called Nick Relief. Nick Relief stops little cuts and bruises or bumps or anything that's oozing in a heartbeat. So we let it come on out as normal as it's supposed to. It's a little small nick. Look at her eyes. See how she has a lot of veins and venules and capillaries? That can happen. And that was just a little small blade that made one little, that looks like an acne, like I popped acne and it came out. So to stop those, all you would do, all you're gonna do is grab a little bit of water. See the powder inside? That's the nick relief. That's gonna stop the bleeding. And it's already stopped on its own, but just in case you cut to somebody's skin and it's bleeding a lot, this is what you'll need, nick relief, because you nicked the skin. Men, we nick ourselves all the time when we shave, all the time. It's crazy. So you just dip your finger into the water and then dip it in here and put it on the wound. We're gonna put it right on the eye. And that's it. You just let it sit. Now if it's runny like that, you just grab a little bit more. So see how I have a little bit more still left in the cap? Just get a little bit more on your fingers and dab the area one more time. There we go. And you let it sit, you let it dry. That's all. Because we're going to take care of it in just a moment with a sponge. So this blade is perfect for getting in those hard to reach places like right here on the sides. You get the tippy top of the nose. Because if you try this with the butter blade, it's a little awkward, but this blade is just perfect for getting a little rounded part of the nose. And remember, the nose is super sensitive. You don't want to leave scratches on people's face. So the next day when they get up, you'll see scratches on the nose if you use a bigger blade. So don't use a bigger blade. Perfect.